What's up, everybody, and welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Today is, let's see, Tuesday, the 16th or something like that? No, something like that. And I weighed in at 195.2 pounds. Now, why do I tell you guys my weight? Because I want you guys to understand, if you've been tracking my progress, I haven't hit any sticking points at all since I've been dieting. Okay, I brought my weight down from 240 to 220 and maintained there until it was time to really push. And a lot of these trainers and gurus, etc., say, well, you hit a sticking point, you decrease the calories more, you increase the increase the cardio, decrease the calories. I got diet break going on today. And this is how you get to the next level of being lean. Now, I'm increasing my calories. My cardio has stayed still for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I still tend to lose at least 2 or 3 pounds a week. Now, how do I do this? I'm getting questions about carb cycling, refeeds, etc. This is what I use when I'm about to hit a sticking point, so I don't hit it. Now, I'm getting these questions like, well, can you point me in a direction where it teaches me how to do this? What website can show me how to do this? How do I carb cycle? What's optimal? There is no optimal. Here's the problem. Everybody's different. So if I told you to take carbs in on Saturday and then not any on Sunday and you just had 1 day's worth of carbs, it could work, it could not work. I had one girl that we carbed her, refeeded her with 1 slice of pizza. It's the Spiro's pizza, which is kind of a big slice, but 1 slice of pizza, her weight would go up 1.5 pounds, will come down 3 pounds. So she'd lose 1.5 pounds from 1 slice of pizza, whereas other people have to eat the whole pizza. And they get a 2 pound gain and a 4 pound loss. It just depends on the person, their metabolism, and how it works. And honestly, I didn't learn this from a book, online, or whatever. I learned this I got frustrated with the diet, and I went and ate junk. The next day I woke up and I was leaner. So I decided to go back to my diet. So that's how I figured it out on my own, but at the same time, I know that I can push my refeed for maybe like 2 days. I can have junk 2 days in a row for 1 meal. The 3rd day is when I start to see negative effects. A lot of bloating, okay? Like I explained to you guys before. First, I bloat when my body goes from fat burning mode into storage mode, almost like that. Like I can feel it. I feel sluggish. I feel terrible. I retain water like crazy. That is my sign that I need to stop. Now, how do I know this? Because after every competition, I'll start eating junk food. As soon as that bloat comes, that's when my metabolism reverses. So I used post-competition rebounds to judge how fast my body would go from burning fat to storing fat, I guess you would call it. So now, some people use carb cycling where they'll do high, medium, and low. Some people cut out carbs for several days. Some people cut out carbs for 5 days and have 2 high on the weekend. Some people do ketogenic diet, then they do refeeds with junk foods on the weekend. There's so many different ways to do it that, there is no optimal way. But the bottom line that I'm trying to get to is you need to be aware that you have to find what works for you. Now, it takes experimentation. There is no shortcut, which everybody nowadays wants a shortcut. Please tell me how to do this. Oh, I need help with that. Make me a program. Tell me the optimal way. I don't want to waste my time. Tell me what supplements to take. I don't want to waste my money. And I'm sitting there going, even if I told you I like this supplement and you took it, it may not work. You would waste your money. That's part of this whole process. You are going to put time into it. You are going to put money into it. It's like any other hobby that you're going to do. If you did stamp collecting, you're going to put time and money into it. If you bought stocks on the stock market and that's your hobby, you're going to lose money and you're going to gain money. I mean, it's like anything else that you're interested in. It costs money and you may lose money and you may waste your time with some things. But that's part of the learning process and the whole journey. So looking for that shortcut is only going to get you to the point where you will not even reach 50% of what you could if you literally learn how to do it instinctively to your own body. Now, we're starting to see now, there's been several times now where the junk every day eating. Because I got a comment that said, we know how you feel about junk. You hate junk meals. Ha ha ha. When did I say I hate junk meals? What I said is I don't believe in eating junk every day. Okay? And I don't. Because now what we're seeing, like I said several times now, we've seen competitors get on a stage after eating junk every day compared to the competitor who may have eaten it once or twice a week. And the once or twice a week person outdid them every time. Better conditioning, better shape, more muscle, everything every time. So right now there's really not any anything pointing towards you can eat junk every day and come out on top, because there is someone who is dieting harder than you. There is someone who is training harder than you. There is someone who is a better bodybuilder, athlete, or whatever than you all the time. There's a pro bodybuilder named Santana Anderson who said, unless you're Jay Cutler, Kai Green, or Ronnie Coleman, there is always someone better than you. If you won, they just didn't show up that day. That's why you won. So you got to understand that if there's always someone better than you, you need to do everything 100% the best of your ability to be the best that you can be. Half-assing and having junk every single day is not being the best you can be. And now it's being shown over and over again, it doesn't work like that. So now you got to rethink and say, okay, a lot of these flexible dieters who like to have their junk every day, I keep hearing about great results, and none of them are really very lean. But then you get the guys who are doing the bro foods and the bro type diets, and even flexible dieting with clean foods, and they're looking fantastic, and they get results. And you know, people like me who are dropping 7-8 pounds of fat a week, as opposed to the guys who are dropping 1/4 pound of fat a week and have to diet for 27 weeks, and they're like, oh, it's because of drugs, it's because of that. My people don't use drugs. I used them in the past, but that has nothing to do with the fact of why I'm dropping so much weight like that. It's the food that I'm eating, it's the cardio that I'm doing, and it's the whole process of everything linked together. You can take tons of drugs and sit on your ass, and you're not going to drop weight. You can take tons of drugs and sit on your ass, and you're not going to gain any muscle. You still have to train and have all the key components together to get the results. But there's an optimal way and a not optimal way. And usually the optimal way is uncomfortable. If you're comfortable while you're doing this, whoever's uncomfortable is going to sneak up behind you and beat you. biostraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.biostraining.com is the blog. And we're out.